Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again. Today I wanted to bring you a deck that I've seen popping up on ladder a bit and even in some tournament play. So this is going to be Shen Jarvan Galio. So the one that I've seen obviously has been more like Shen Galio, but I do think that Jarvan is still such a critical part of this type of decks that you still want to play him. So yeah, so we're back to the return of like mid-range Ionia Demacia. Obviously, if you were not around during the time that Shen Fiora or then Shen Jarvan became popular, the whole point of this deck is that you're playing like Ionia Demacia, you're playing a lot of challengers, you're taking a lot of value from the barrier that Shen provides to be able to get a lot of good value trades and be able to beat the opponent that way. And then you also have a really great card called River Shaper here that allows you to draw a lot of your spells so that you don't run out of value that easily. So the way that this deck plays is like any other typical mid-range Demacia deck that you can think of, where you're just summoning units and kind of just, again, getting good and good trades. The new card in this version of the deck is going to be 3 Broadwind. Obviously, so 3 Broadwind becomes really, really crucial. I do kind of want to Purify. This is, might be a little bit trolly, might be not. It can hit certain things in the current meta, like the White Flame, that I want to be able to silence like forever right away, right? It can also, protect us against some of the Gnar action combos. Another, like, think of any follower right now that's like that can get very big. That opponent kind of puts everything on a single follower. We go with our typical Demacia spells, triple sharp sight. This deck doesn't mind running single combat because we have a lot of barriers, and triple twin discipline, because obviously we're in Ionia. Like we talked about, we do have our challenges with the Fleet Feather, the Broadwind, Lauren Prodigy, and Screeching Dragons, kind of all putting a lot of value. River Shaper makes a cut anyways, because again, draws us a lot of spell. We are running Triple Rally because it's a mid-range Demacia deck. We want to be able to be control. Triple Rally, what it is. Now, you will notice I don't run any denies in this deck. It's possible that instead of one Purify, you maybe want to put one deny. I haven't been losing too much because of people having big spells, so I haven't found the need to have it. 3 Consider Strikes to deal with any of the opponent's units, so either whatever champions or big white flames, etc. Triple Shen is our key here. 2 Jarvans. I think 3 becomes a little bit too much. With 2 is enough because usually, obviously, you want him to come down in the field later on in the game anyways. We play 1 Galio that can buff up a lot of our challengers, especially the Broadwind or the Shen, to be able to give him more health. Because one of the weaknesses of Shen is that he needs you to attack, meaning that he can get whittled down pretty easily. And then we do play 2 Silence. This is the other new card for this deck, aside from the Broadwind and the Galio, because the Silent is able to stop you from running out of cards, right? So that's also why we only run 2 River Shapers, because instead we have like a lot of draw with Sailing as well. So you end up having a lot of draw here and kind of winning the game that way. Now, this deck does struggle to close out games. That's the one weakness of it. So the way that you want to close out the game is, again, just continue getting those trades with your challengers and eventually be able to drag the opponent's blockers and attack with like your big dragons or your big Jarvans to be able to finish up the game, as you'll see in some of the games that I showcased in the video today. But yeah, really fun deck. I do think is okay position in the meta. So it's kind of funny how all these mid-range decks are making a comeback now just because of how the meta is shaping up to be. But anyways, again, if you enjoy the content, please make sure to subscribe below. It really helps us out a lot. And I'll see you all at the end of the video for some mulligan tips. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Darkness. Ooh. So Vengeance becomes really, really annoying for us. I gotta keep this whole hand. We do have considered single combo for the champions, which is a way that we can potentially kill his champions. The Fleet Feather is not bad. So, I think the Bright Steel might be a little bit too early. I like the Broadwind here. If he has the Catalyzer, we can drag it with the Fleet Feather. We have no choice, right? There's no way for us to kill the Catalyzer without hitting it. I still think it's better to pull with the Fleet Feather, by the way, and keep our Broadwind healthy. So I always think this is actually better off. Next turn, we could do the River Shaper. I guess we could have done 1 progress towards the Jarvan level up if we went the other way. Okay, Trickster, that's okay. We lose the Bryce Steel, which is fine with me. We do lose one card though, right? So we lost some value here because of that. Because he got that card for free, right? So he just traded one for nothing. Here we can just kill this, pull this with the Broadwind, and then be able to still do the River Shaper. We do it like this so that he cannot just attack the River Shaper right now. This advances one progress towards the Jarvan, which is pretty darn good for us. Does the Catalyzer. Let's do the second River Shaper. Let's do the second River Shaper so that he, you know, like if he tries to attack, he's gonna just lose this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna actually save it so that we can continue getting value from the River Shaper. He has to deal with both River Shapers. He does have a Darkness to kill one of them, but I think that's okay. Oncologist? Alright. Next time we have the mana to summon Jarvan, but we probably don't want to summon Jarvan yet. I think I want to summon Jarvan when I can like pull his Senna. Here, because here we can do the Broadwind. We can do this on the Broadwind to be able to pull the Conchologist. Or we can just single combat right now and get this value like this. So we get more River Shaper value, and also he doesn't get the Darkness progress. And now next turn, we have two choices, right? I like doing this. I think at this point we have to try to level up the Jarvan. And doing this means that we can drag this for free. We can even do the Prodigy first and then do the Bright Steel after. So again, I think at this point we have to try to level up Jarvan. And I want to keep the Jarvan. That's huge. So we get the Senna for free, and we get the Jarvan level up, and we also get a spell from River Shaper. That's huge. I think that probably just won us the game right there. And we finally get the Concertor, so we can deal with a second champion. Jarvan's going to be leveled up. So next attack turn we can just kill. Or... yeah, we just do this, right? You shouldn't have a way to kill this with one mana. Boom. Boom. Woo! Let's go. If he attacks right here, now we also have the Sharp Sight. Although, do we need to kill this with Sharp Sight? Next time we're going to have 8 plus 3. That's going to be 11. So we could do Jarvan. Because the Jarvan's going to kill that for free, right? Like, I guess he doesn't even have to be Jarvan. Because I'm thinking I want to keep the Sharp Sight for something better. I think we just do it with the Jarvan. And just kill the Rekindle with the Jarvan and call it a day. It still gives us the value of us being able to... we can also just do this. Put him down to 7. I think that's fine. You could have the Vengeance right here. We still have Concerto to deal with another Senna or a Veigar. He needs to Vengeance or Minimorph this. Okay, he's gonna Vengeance this. I think I'm okay with that. We do lose the Broadwind, unfortunately. But we get some more value here. He can do this Darkness if he wanted to. Don't know if it's worth it for him. It did prevent a lot of damage, and we do lose the Jarvan, which is huge for us. Losing Jarvan might actually swing this game back around the other way. If he has Ruination, we also lose a lot of value here. How many more spells do I have in my deck? Purify, Single, Sharp Sight, Rally, Concert. I think I'm okay. Keep drawing more spells, right? think I'm actually gonna do it this way. Let's see what he summons first before we commit anything else, because I don't want to die to a Ruination that badly. So I want him to commit more stuff. And then we just do this. We have Sharpsight to... That's crazy. He actually got like the freaking Splinter Soul. Miscall. So he still gets the value here regardless. That's unfortunate. So he still got the value here. So what we can do here... The River Shaper means that if he attacks, it will just get us a draw value here. Freaking Rekindler, man. Actually putting in so much work. This means that he cannot get another Darkness. That's why I decided to protect the River Shaper instead. I like the Galio here. Gives everything more health, so now things are going to be out of range. Again, still very scared of him having like a Ruination. But the Ruination will not kill the Galio at least. So that's pretty good for us. We can also just do Brightsteel and be able to rally whenever we need to. Because the Brightsteel on the Northern Prior, you means he stays alive. He has to find a way to deal with Galio. We could kill the Senna if he blocks with anything, by the way. Gets the Battlefield, so he's gonna be able to Vengeance this, right? So if we can Vengeance this guy, we probably just want to drag it like this. Because he's gonna be able to Vengeance this guy. If he blocks with Senna, he's obviously gonna lose to the sharp side. I need to kill Senna. If I do this, I can just rally instead, right? I think now we just rally instead. And go like that. Let's just do the rally in the River Shaper so he stays alive. He can Vengeance Galio or Florida Prodigy. He cannot Vengeance both. It's Tally. I mean, we could just do it like this, right? Because we can kill the Stally with the sharp side. I think it's more important for us to kill the Senna. We don't have sharp side though, so we just attack like this. Let Galio kill one of them. I think this is fine. Galio's not gonna level anyways, so he has to block Galio, right? Because otherwise he loses. Rekindle staying alive is kind of annoying. We have gotten so much value out of this, by the way. We still have single combat sharp side in our deck and one Consider left. Ruination is the only thing I'm scared of. Don't think that's gonna be enough. Here we do the Seinen and we still have enough mana for a rally. So then we just rally and win. Senna. The Darkness is at 3, so that's not gonna mean anything to us. Whew. This is so crazy. Obviously, the Senna will stay alive. I guess it doesn't matter which way we do it, right? Because he has to block with Senna no matter what. Like, he loses no matter what here. All that could have saved him would have been like a Battle Fist to give him another blocker. But he has to block with Senna no matter what. Oh my goodness. That was close. That was close. We got that River Shaper drew us our whole deck. I guess we had 2 of them at one point. But the River Shaper value there was absolutely crazy. But yeah, GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Yuumi Pantheon. We do have some spells like Concerted Strike to deal with their big units. And I think we actually have to keep the Concerted Strike, unfortunately. He does have ways to deal with our Shen. I'm gonna grid it out like this. I think we definitely gonna need a Concerted Strike to be able to deal with like a big dragon. Don't want to see the Golden Ages this early. I don't think this is a matchup that we win through Golden Ages. You do the Fleet Feather. And if he attacks with the Saga Seeker, I'm willing to block. I wonder if he does it. We just pass here, by the way. Because if he commits a unit, we can do the Bright Steel. Okay, he decides not to. Still think it's worth it to commit the Bright Steel right here. I think it's still fine to do this. Now, if he wants to pre-commit, like he's falling really behind on leveling up his Pantheon, right? So ideally, he wants to commit a spell right here. But we have put him in a spot where it's tough for him to commit anything as well, right? He doesn't have enough for Concerted plus buffing something to be able to kill the Shen. So the only thing that can kill the Shen right here is going to be a Sharp Sight on the White Flame. In which case, maybe it's actually better for us to pull the White Flame instead of trying to pull the Saga Seeker. Or if the opponent passes, is it actually worth it to just pass back? Because he has a choice. If he doesn't spend any mana here, we can just pass back. Decides to go like this. So we're probably gonna have to use the Sharp Sight, right? I think we go after the dragon like this. And I think if he blocks with the Saga Seeker, we commit the Sharp Sight. Well, no, because the problem is if he has another Sharp Sight, it does put him out of range. Like, I don't want him to have a Sharp Sight and save the Wounded White Flame. Like, here, if he has a Sharp Sight, he could still... Like, at least our Shen won't die. So if he has a Sharp Sight or a Pale Cascade, he can save his Saga Seeker. But he has to commit another spell right here. And our Shen still stays alive. So he has to commit the Pale Cascade right here. Or a Sharp Sight. And I don't mind trading this Bright Steel. Single combat doesn't save him. Yeah, it has to be Sharp Sight, which means that he doesn't get more value out of this, by the way. Of the Faded, sorry. We're kind of putting him low on spell count. Here we can convert it if we need to. And we definitely will. I guess if he has another Sharp Sight, this gets punished, right? The only thing that can save him is another Sharp Sight. Pale Cascade will not be enough. Single combat kills the Shen. He already used one Sharp Sight, so he needs to have the sag. Yeah, Pale Cascade wouldn't be enough. Pale Cascade only puts him at 5. Guiding Touch will be enough, actually. So the Guiding Touch saves him. But if he does the Guiding Touch, he cannot attack with the Saga Seeker, because then he just dies. Which means that he cannot progress the Yuumi level up. I guess he could attack with it, because he's going to get the +2 from the Cynic play. So Guiding Touch does save him, but doesn't have it. So this should be game, right? I guess he could attack with the Yuumi right here. So he's going to put this Yuumi on the Wounded White Flame and attack that way. Which I think I'm okay with that. We just pull it next turn. As long as we keep enough mana for a Concerted Strike, we should be okay. To the point that I think it's actually worth it. Now, because that's just giving access to the Faded. And he still won't be in range of being able to get killed by the Broadwind. We have enough mana for a Concerted, as well as enough mana for a Broadwind. So we can do like Broadwind plus Concerted. This is rough. He does the Zenith play and then has a single combat. He actually survives, but then we're able to challenge him. All we can try to do here is to be able to pull the Wounded Wifeling to deal 3 damage. And keep the Wounded Wifeling at 2. We do have Shens. We have other Shens, right? So we might not mind sacrificing the first Shen. Like, sacrificing the first Shen might be okay. So we just summon the Concerted Strike, right? And we do the same thing here. So second Concerted. So even if he has a Sharpside or Pel Cascade, because it's our attack token, we just get the Wounded Wifeling for free because of the Broadwind. Because here we're dealing 6. Single combat, I guess, kills it, but again, we just kill the Wounded Wifeling afterwards. As long as we tap him out of having enough units, and we have another Shen like we talked about, so as long as we tap him out of having units, we should be okay. The problem is Pantheon, right? We just spent both Concerted Strikes. So if he gets a Pantheon, we're gonna be in trouble. And he actually might survive now this way, right? He does survive here. Yeah, he does survive. So he'll be able to survive at 2 HP. Because the Yuumi puts him up 1 more. That was unfortunate. That was unfortunate. So if he attacks here, I mean, we could level up Shen, theoretically. And level up Shen could be pretty good because he's going to be an additional 3 attack. If we do the Golden Aegis, he could easily just punish that with like his own Concert or anything else. My concern here is if he has Cataclysm, right? If he has Cataclysm, we lose. Shen is a good blocker, but it's not gonna be enough to kill the Wounded Wifeling, and then he can just Cataclysm this guy and do exactly 10 damage. Because we get down to 10, and if he has Cataclysm, he levels up the Yuumi. Oh, just a Hush? I think I'm okay with that, right? We have a second Shen. So we can summon the second Shen to kill his Wounded Wifeling. I guess he could have like a barrier. Has to be the second Shen. I think we need to be able to buff this up to 5 attack to be able to kill that guy. Can't believe we're gonna lose to that second Wounded Wifeling. That's unfortunate. You could also have the rally here. The Shen doesn't synergize with the Broadwind, by the way. Cataclysm onto this guy finishes the game. We just talked about, so he had the Cataclysm anyways. So yeah, he levels up the Yuumi right here, and he ends up winning the game. Ah, that Guiding Touch, saving him from the second Concerted Strike made all the difference there. Maybe I needed to open. Just so that a Guiding Touch would have been enough. I think it would have been enough no matter what, right? But yeah, GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be up against Zoe Poppy. Not sure what I'm playing against here. We do have some nice value engine here. I think single combat might be a little bit too risky at this point. With the Fleet Feather and the Lauren Prodigy, we should be in a good spot to be able to pick out the bundle value that he's gonna get. I guess we do have to be careful with the Fleet Feather because he can just die to like a Poke Stick or a Group Shot. I'm assuming though that if he has it, he's gonna have it. I'm just gonna get my 2 points of damage right here, and then the Protege can still be a great way to kill the Zoe, while having the Twin Discipline as a backup. So we won't summon the second Fleet Feather. We'll just wait for turn 3 so we can do Protege and have Twin Disciplines as a backup in case that he has like something weird. If he's thinking this much about it, he must be thinking like either Zoe or Group Shot. So he has to have Zoe or Group Shot, I think. Otherwise, it wouldn't make sense for him to be thinking about it as much as he did there. Okay, opponent. Yeah. So this is Zoe. But he played it all the way from the left of his hand, so possible that he just got the Zoe right now. So does he have Group Shot then? Is that what he was thinking about? Here we can do the Protege like we talked about, allowing us to still kill the Zoe. He could get the stun or the Equinox from here. Stun stops both for challengers, Equinox only stops one. Because we have the twin, we can protect against a Poke Stick. So let's say that it is going to be Equinox instead of the stun. Is the Equinox instead of the stun, we can still kill the Zoe. We do need a way to kill Poppy though, but he doesn't have a big board, so even if he has Poppy right now, it's not gonna be enough. Moonglow. So then we just kill it anyways, right? He just committed another card to save this girl. Like committing Moonglow on it, I think is fine for us. This also advances the level up towards the Jarvan. Gets the Priestess. So let's say he gets... Let's say that what he got from the Priestess is Meteor Shower. That's probably the scariest one out of all of them, right? Do we have to play around the Meteor Shower? Or should we just open attack and go wide this way? Because we could go pretty wide. We go pretty wide. We have challengers like out of like everything, right? Trinket Tray, so he's gonna just summon. I'm gonna do the Screeching Dragon, I think. I think there's no point not to open. Like, even if he has the Meteor Shower, he's also decided to keep 6 mana. So I'm gonna do the Screeching Dragon. Let's assume that he has Meteor Shower. He kills 2 of our units. But we still get a lot of value. Yeah, there's the Meteor Shower. We still get enough value that I'm okay doing this. Question is, do we have to weaken the Screeching Dragon or push more damage? Like, is it better to push the 2 damage? Or is it better to keep this guy healthy? I'm thinking it's actually probably better to keep this guy healthy. I think the dragon getting bigger right now is okay for us. Again, we're almost close to Jarvan level up as well, so that's also a benefit that we have to think about. Here we can do River Shaper, Broadwind, and then next on do Sane and Thousand Tails. And because we have so many challengers, we should be able to potentially push lethal. Meteor Shower again will be a problem. He also kept whatever he got from the Trinket Tray, so it wasn't the Octopus, I'm guessing. Meteor Shower will be the only problem again, because he gets rid of 2 units. But it does cost him quite a bit of mana. Oh no, okay, there we go. That was a weird reconnection there at the second. I like the plan that we talked about. So Broadwind into Sane and Thousand Tails, buffing everything by another HP. Actually, the Meteor Shower won't get so much value as long as this is at least 2 HP, right? So if he wants to, he needs to kill this now, I guess. Sane and Tails also refills our hand because we're running low on value here. Another Trinket Tray. He should probably just go for the blocker this time around. Now, if he pranks, I hope that he doesn't increase the cost of the Seinen, or even if he does now, it doesn't matter. Is the Jarvan better? I think Seinen is better than Jarvan at the moment. I think this is a much better play than trying to play for the Jarvan. Just in case that what he got from here is Fallen Comet. I don't want my Jarvan to dive to a Fallen Comet. So I'm thinking it's another Meteor Shower, but it could be a Fallen Comet. So I don't want to put the Jarvan in risk. We can always play Jarvan at a position where he's already leveled up. Frank now is gonna hit something like, as long as he doesn't hit, yeah, okay, perfect. Perfect. So he ended up being the Golden Sisters. So how do we do this? I want most of them to live. Can do this. Pull this one, and do like this. This protects the River Shaper against something like Pale. We get value from the River Shaper. Jarvan still levels up. We still get a Seinen and a River Shaper to stay alive. These two guys take the least little amount of... So the reason I pulled that way is because I want to put as little amount of damage as possible on my units. Now, this does mean that if he has a Pale Cascade, he can save one of these two. But we do have Concerted to be able to kill like the lifesteal or the elusive if they present any weird damage, right? We also have Jarvan that can pull them next turn. So I'm assuming that he's on Pale Cascade. If he's on Pale Cascade, he can save them. Cool, whatever. But we do it this way. Okay, Purple Berry Shake. So our River Shaper still died because of the Conchologist. I wasn't going to play around that, because obviously he got that from the Conchologist. So unfortunately, we lose the value from the River Shaper anyways. Even though we're trying to play to stay with that value. Here we have enough challengers now that, you know, Jarvan is gonna just come down and just wreck his things. We don't have the rally though. I wish we got the rally instead of the Twin Disciplines. That kind of sucks. I was hoping that the River Shaper would stay alive, because that's the way that we draw a lot of value from this deck. So the fact that he was able to kill it because of the Purple Berry Shake is a really big deal. And now he's able to do this. So I need to just do this now, right? I need to kill this before he can prank it. So it's a curious Shellfolk deck. We have Twins to back this up as well. And that should be game, right? Now that's why he kept the prank value there, right? So now this should be game. Because he shouldn't get any more value. I definitely didn't want him to hit any of our units or our spells. So I think it was fine. And then we just have so much value here that we just win anyways. So I like doing the Bright Steel so that we go super wide. Because we don't actually need to pull anything with the Jarvan. We can just go like this. And this is lethal. We sacrifice the lowest health Broadwind. And now this is why our dragon getting bigger and bigger was worth it. Because now our dragon is hitting for 7. So is Jarvan. And the rest of our units are hitting for 9. So should be lethal. We also have Twin Discipline as backup. Okay, so he has the stun. Has both stuns. So he survives. Okay, and we're at 4. He's a 4. But Jarvan is leveled up, meaning that any unit that he summons is going to get killed by Jarvan. We also have single combat. So I don't see how he wins this anymore. Like, the stun is only delaying the inevitable. Just because we're able to just kill anything that we want. Don't think it's worth it to kill the Yoro Captain. I think we just save this for a Shellfolk. Like, the way that he's playing, there's something else he wants to play that's more valuable than that. Now that he did that, I'm okay actually killing the Yoro Captain with the Cataclysm, because he doesn't have enough mana to summon a Shellfolk anymore. Which was the only thing that was like a little bit scary, right? So now we can do this. Now we can just do this, kill the Captain for free. We have Twins and single combats to back it up. If he summons a Poppy, we can kill it with single combat. He has one card from Concologist that he just created. Could have the Poppy. Could have the Zoe. Not sure what he's waiting for. We have twins to protect our Jarvan. Jarvan gets barrier, so it's just a free trade. Hush. Hush will put Jarvan at 1 HP, but then we still have twins to save him. And yeah, I think this is just game. I think the opponent realized that. Maybe the opponent went AFK. Oh no, okay, Minimorph. Let's do this twin, because he already knows that we have it. So we still, that way we still kill the Yordle Captain. We use the one spell that he knows that we have, and we still have the second twin for next turn. We can still pull any way that we want next turn. Is there any 1-mana spell? Group Shot will punish this. If we do single combat, the Group Shot will punish this. So I don't think I can do the single combat. I am very tempted to do the Shen though. I am very, very tempted to do the Shen. I think the Shen is fine. There shouldn't be a punish to us developing here. It's one more unit. He also lets us stray for the Conchologist without letting our Broadwind die. And here we go. Alright, so we just do like this. We just pull the rest. I guess we should play around like any random thing that he might have. Like if he has, I mean, there's no way that he has any heal, right? So it doesn't matter. So we just do this and win. But if it's, yeah, there's no reason for us to pull this way. Yes, we have single combat and we have the twin. So I don't think there's anything that he could grab from our hand that could kill us. From our cards that we use. Because he uses Concerted, he still dies. Let's just show him how miserable his life was gonna be by doing this. That sounded a little bit mean. That was a good game. I mean, but we were able to, all our challengers are able to just slowly kill their units. So they were never able to build a board to be able to beat us. But yeah, GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Viego Kindred, but instead of Ionia, this person is playing P&Z. So I have to expect that he's able to kill stuff better than most other decks. I think we want to keep Concerted Strike because we want to have a way to be able to remove his champions, right? I guess this gets punished by a Thermal if he has the turn 1 Thermal. Otherwise, we have the Sharp Side now to protect it. Unfortunately, our hand is a little bit awkward right here. Like, Galio is good because Galio has Spell Shield. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is a really awkward hand now. River Shaper? That's not bad. He could just play the Camaburn Soldier right here. Buru's Sentinel. Could have the Mystic Shot. So maybe we wait for him to commit the Mystic Shot before we commit the Sharp Side. Problem here is going to be Miss Kindred. Okay, use the Soldier this time around. So I think we can just do the Shen here. We still have enough for Sharp Side. Next one we can do the Broadwind, allowing us to pull one of these 2 units. Okay, so he gets to obviously level up the Sentinel. Unfortunately for us, I think it's worth it to just Sharp Side to block the Buru's Sentinel. I think we have to let it go. I think we have to save the Sharp Side for later on. I mean, we can just Sharp Side right here too, right? But then if we Sharp Side right here, we're going to be vulnerable to like a Mystic Shot next turn. I think it's fine. I mean, sorry, to a Mystic Shot, right? But I think this is fine. We kill the Sentinel. We didn't want to Sharp Side to save the the unit because he would have just been able to, like, if we sharp sight on the River Shaper, he just doesn't attack, right? We end up joining the second sharp sight, which ends up being pretty good for us. Our problem here is that he'll probably be able to just, like, do I want to... I guess we have to go like this. So my guess is that he's going to try to commit a Mystic Shot here. So I'm putting him on Mystic Shot. So I want Shen to stay alive. He has the Mystic Shot. We play the Sharp Sight, allowing us to push 5 damage and still kill the Baru Sentinel. So that's the second Mystic Shot. So now here, he does keep his unit alive. Unfortunately. But now we can also have Galio next turn, right? To bring our Shen back to healthy amounts. And also make our Broadwind like a crazy good attacker. It sucks losing Shen. But I think at this point, Galio might be enough. That's his third Mystic Shot. Jeez. Opponent is a gamer. Battle Feast. It's unfortunate. Galio's gonna be pretty good though. Don't think we can afford to block this right now. I think we just summon the Galio next turn. Ah, 3 Mystic Shots. I was hoping he wouldn't find the third. What if he's Screeching Dragon? Screeching Dragon is a little bit better. It leaves us mana for Concerted Strike. We need to be able to kill the Hydrobind if he gets the Hydrobind right now. And there it is. So then we just do this. He could have Twin. No, he doesn't have Twin. He can still play around this by killing the Broadwind or like being able to hurt the Broadwind. So I think we actually need to do this first to get this to 5 attack before we can kill the Hydrobind. Okay. So it ends up not mattering anyways. So we kill the Hydrobind. We have another Concerted for next turn. I mean, letting him draw kind of sucks. But obviously we cannot let the Hydrobind live. The top deck of this dragon was very crucial. Because he would have been very problematic otherwise. Second Hydrobind will die. We don't have enough mana to do Galio. So I don't think we can do Galio. As much as I want to, I don't think we can do Galio. He also could play. He also has to play Vengeances, right? So he hasn't done a single Vengeance yet. Like, this type of deck has to play Vengeance. So the Vengeance is able to punish the dragon. He gets the Viego. So we have to just do this. Yeah, I guess we have to just do this. We have to just do the Consider right now and kill the Viego. The dragon becomes very big again. Next time we summon the Galio. Gives us access to a single combat and the Galio could level up. The Broadwind also becomes a really good attacker because now he's going to have 6 health. Oh, actually, he's not going to level up just yet. It's 1 off. Fortunate. Still think we just... If he has the Vengeance, oh, he's going to go for the Ruination, I think. I don't think I can afford to do the single combat, unfortunately, as much as I want to. I'm gonna assume that he has a way to just kill the Galio. If that's the case, this is still gonna do 3 no matter what. Like I'm gonna assume he has the Vengeance right here, right? So we probably wanna keep the Broadwind at a healthy enough spot. And the Screeching Dragon just gets the Fury. And if he does the Ruination right here, we just lose, right? At least we level up Jarvan. Please no Ruination, my friend. Whoa. Despair. Okay. So he's down to just 3 cards. I'm down to 2 cards. He's down to 2 cards because this is useless at this moment. We can kill Viego because of single combat. Our dragon has a lot of health. We got another Squishing Dragon. Ledgers is huge. What if we're actually supposed to kill the Ledgers right here? Just to make enough space for us to be able to attack for lethal next turn. Because otherwise we're not winning, right? We can present lethal. I can't play around Ruination. I think we need to actually do the Shen, but then if we do the Shen... If he had Ruination, he would have done it already. I think it has to be the Shen. Technically, it's open on the lethal, but I'm pretty sure he has a Vengeance or another way to stop our unit. So I think we do this. So the problem here is that we still lose to an Atrocity, right? And this is not lethal. It's lethal if we attack with the other dragon, right? If we leave the Ledgers alive, how do we get punished? We have to go for it, right? Yeah, like at this point we have to go for it. We have to go for it. We have to go for it and just hope he doesn't have a way to stop this. Ha! There we go. Opponent was emoting me. I know. It took me a second because I was like I could have pre-committed the twin. So I was thinking that it was safer to kill the Ledger. So I was trying to think what outs he could have. And I don't think he had any outs with 4 mana, right? Because he already used all 3 Mystic shots. So you have to be like a Get Excited, which then gets countered by our own twin disciplines. But yeah, GG's. Hey, welcome back everybody. Hope you enjoyed those games. So I had some pretty close games, some pretty nice wins. The Pantheon game, my goodness, that was crazy, man. Like that White Flame, 1 point of health difference is what made the whole difference in that game there. Probably could have played a little bit better in other areas, but you know, it is what it is. It's gonna be tough because you need to be able to kill those big units, and it can be very tough against a deck like Pantheon like that can save them. But anyways, going back to this deck itself, you saw the other games went pretty well for us. You kind of saw how we ended up finishing the game where we kind of pulled the blockers away and just attack with our big dragons, or just get a lot of value trade. You even saw in that Darkness game just how crazy a River Shaper staying alive can be, how much value it can provide. In terms of Mulligan, obviously, I mean, Petrusha's Broadwind tends to be pretty much an automatic keep these days. I don't mind keeping Fleet Feather Tracker a lot of the times. Lauren Pride is also not a bad keep, neither is River Shaper, and a lot of times I'm also keeping Shen. And then I'm kind of kicking everything else out as needed. So keeping Shen sometimes can be a little bit greedy, but I think he's kind of one of your value engines because of giving barriers, so I like keeping him a lot of the times. But yeah, so we just kind of keep that early curve with the Fleet Feather, Broadwind, Protege, River Shaper, Shen, right? Those are kind of the units that you want to keep. Sometimes you can keep the Bright Steel if you have the combo with another one of your challengers to be able to take advantage of that. But yeah, so again, really fun mid-range deck. I think it does okay in the current meta. Not the best, but not the worst either. Probably like around tier 2, I would say. Or maybe like high tier 3. So yeah, I expected to see it kind of making a little of a comeback. Again, if you enjoy the content, please make sure to subscribe below. It helps me out a lot. You can also catch us on Twitch at Twitch Sirturmund, where we stream about 3 to 4 times a week. Or you can also find us on Discord or Twitter. The link for those you can find below in the description. I hope you enjoyed this showcase, and I'll see you all tomorrow.